Just 131.
All right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Good morning and good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. And welcome to EDSE 131. Welcome, 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 welcome. Let's tell everyone who's not there to come. Can you hear me? Can you guys
Yes.
hear me?
Yes.
One.
Yes,
And
yes.
welcome to EDSE 131, ladies and gentlemen. I hope the comrades are doing okay. I hope the comrades are doing fine. And I hope we're going to have a wonderful time together with the comrades. I hope everything is going to go wonderfully well. Let's remind the other comrades that the lecture, comrades, the lecture is started. The lecture is started. Please join us. All right. I think I've sent a reminder here on the group. You can also remind your friends that the struggle is beginning. The struggle is started now. ECRC College Rep Siyabonga now joinile. We thank you everyone for coming, guys. So now let's begin. Right, there we go. Right, I hope everyone can see my screen. Can you all guys see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Wonderful, guys. Wonderful, wonderful. So, guys, welcome to ETSE 131. As I've been saying, my name is Nathaniel Sibanda, and I'm from electronic engineering. Right, I'm from electronic engineering. So I'm based mainly in Howard College, but I keep coming. I travel up and down from Howard College and back to Edgewood. I was there last week trying to finalize and see everything and about what's going on. But anyways, guys, that's my name there. And I'm an electronic engineer in Howard, blah, blah, blah. There's my cell number, there's my email address. And I value much people who email me rather than people who text me. I'm running away from people because people tend to lie very much on WhatsApp, and they tend to misuse WhatsApp. So that's why I prefer that when you have a problem or you want to ask something, you email me, so that in case things are not going according to plan, we can always send what you requested to the head of school or the SRC representatives who can intermediate and help us in such a situation. You understand? You know, every family fights. So if a family fights without evidence that it fought, it's a kind of not fair. Anyways, guys, welcome to the course. I hope we're going to enjoy about electronics and electricity. This is my specialization, by the way. I'm an electronic engineer, wireless comms master in terms of research. All right. So welcome to the course, and here's the introduction. We're gonna do the aim of the module is to introduce you to basic electronics and industrial systems. All right. To teach you mechanical systems, hydraulics, pneumatics. Right. That's the document, not my screen. I hope on the next screen is gonna be better, my guy. Right. So this is the course material. I'm sure most of you have actually looked at the course outline, which has been posted online days ago. And unfortunately, guys, I wasn't supposed to teach this course. As I told you that I'm borrowed. I'm from Howard. I'm from the electronic engineering department. The lecturer who used to teach this course passed away, and then I was called in late. Dr. P.M. Tabet is the module lecturer who used to teach this course. So he passed away, and then I was called in late to come and take over. Hence the delay in us starting this week instead of starting the other week, because I had to sort out my paperwork, my transfer, and stuff and stuff and stuff. So this is what's going on. This is what we're going to be doing, guys. Safety within the electrical workshops and etc. That's what we're gonna start with. Then go to electricity basics. Then go to the most important, control electricity, and then finalize with electronics and transistors work. That's where we're gonna get our project. Our project is gonna be derived from this part. So yeah. And then the work schedule for the semester is written here, guys. We're gonna do 50% online, and then we're gonna do 50% on campus. So this is how it's gonna go. Practicals are gonna be done on campus and the project, but we're gonna have one prac as far as I'm concerned, unless if they are gonna change for us. But we lost time, so we're gonna have one prac and then one project. The prac is gonna be divided in groups. I think maybe I'm gonna create 4 groups of you guys, so that you come on different Wednesdays to the prac venue. So some guys on other Wednesdays they will be free, and then some guys on other Wednesdays they will be having a prac, right? Because we're gonna divide that prac into groups. There's so many of us. I think the class is up to 200 students or so. So far the number has been rising. I think now we've reached 200. So I'm gonna have to split you into groups of 50. First group that's gonna attend, next group, other group, as the semester goes on until we're done. And then project also, I think I'm gonna make you do it in groups so that the work is easier also for you guys too, and it also becomes easier for me to mark. But in terms of tests, let's go and check out this schedule. You can look at it on your own and stuff and stuff. But let's discuss about the coursework. So the coursework is back to the normal coursework like before COVID. So before COVID-19 happened, coursework was 60% and the examination was 40%. Right. So we're back to that. As the university said we must go back to the original settings and controls of the beginning. So we're gonna have one prac, like I was saying, guys, take note. And then I'm gonna split you into groups. That one prac is gonna be worth 10%, right, of your semester mark. And then we're gonna have a project or assignment, right? That's also gonna be worth 10% or 10 marks of the semester mark, right? And then we're gonna have 5 tutorials. So for every topic that we finish, we're gonna have a tutorial quiz online. If not a tutorial quiz online, it's gonna be a tutorial submission online. So then we're gonna have 5 tutorials for every topic that we finish. That's gonna cover about 20%, 20 marks, right? And then we're gonna have 2 tests, right, which will be 20 marks, both of them. So one will be 10 marks, one test will be online, and then the other test will be sit down on campus. Since they want us to do 50-50, we're gonna have one online test and then one test where people come to campus and then they write on campus, right? And then finally, after calculating your DP, and if you have the DP, you're gonna have to write a 2-hour examination, which is worth 40 marks. So all in total, that's 100% if you add it together, because that's 40 plus 20, 60 plus 20, 80 plus 10, 90 plus 10, 100%. So that's how the coursework and the exam are gonna be divided. But don't worry, since you hear the exam is a sit down on campus. So I've been told by school that there's no negotiation on that one. The exam, you're gonna all come into a hall, the entire class, and then you're gonna write there and then afterwards I'm gonna have some markers, then we mark your exam. So for DP now, I want you to take note now. Submission of required work by the stipulated dates and at least 40%, take note of that, at least 40% of the coursework. By that, we mean this. This is coursework on top here, which is covered in green. So if you have at least 40% of these marks there, right, then you'll be allowed to write an exam, right? But if, however, you don't qualify, the guys who are in SRC will help you. There's what is called DP appealing. You can appeal to get a DP. So there's a process for doing that. These guys, they will help you, or the school there, they will help you how to do it. You appeal for a DP. If the management, the people upstairs, they grant you that DP, then you can write the exam. No stress, right? There will be no stress there. And then now what I want to talk about is this also. What I want to clear with people very much. Our lectures here, they are Mondays, it's 11:20 right now up to 12:55. Tuesdays it's gonna start at 9:40, right? Tuesdays is gonna start at 9:40 all the way. It's supposed to go and end at 11:15, but however, Tuesdays we're gonna make it short. We're gonna have one period. We're gonna start at 9:40, then end at 10:25. Wednesdays is for pracs, but for the first week now that we're starting, we haven't established ourselves. You guys are just picking yourselves up. We won't have a prac. We'll use some of that time as a lecture or to do a tutorial together so that you adjust yourselves, and then the following weeks when people are now up to speed and they now get to hear a sense of what the course is all about, then that's when we're gonna start pracs in our groups. And then I'm gonna divide you on on Moodle into groups. I discovered that if I allow you guys to sort yourselves in groups, it will be a mess. Hence, I'm gonna divide you into groups. You're gonna have to check which group you are in, and then make sure you do the work nicely. And then on Thursday, our lectures they start at 12:10, and it's a double. It ends at something like 13:45. Right. So as I said, guys, as I was talking, our course is gonna be like this: 50% online and 50% contact. Right. So for the first half of the semester, we're gonna be online. The first half of the semester, and then after sim break, the second half of the semester, then we're gonna be doing contact. Right. So first I introduce you with online activities whilst the other lecturers are harassing you with on contact. And then when they are done harassing you, I take over, I harass you with contact. Right. And then let's move on to the other communication channels. Guys, you know every family fights, but even if in every family we fight with respect in every family, right? So if ever there are queries or anything that people want to ask, please use the university mail. Use the university mail. Let university email. Let WhatsApp be the platform for me to post what's coming and what's happening, and then let WhatsApp be used when we're writing online tests. When you're having a problem or writing an online test, you can text me quickly. Minera, there's a problem. The test is behaving like this, like this. But other than that, let's not use WhatsApp to text each other. There are some people who are already texting me on a Sunday. I'm watching Comrades Marathon there. I'm trying to relax. I'm running away from research and everything. Somebody's already harassing me. Some are even rude. I'm trying to be soft there. Like, no, don't do it this way. Do it this way. So let's keep to university email, guys, right? And remember that I also have fun. Like you, I'm human. On Saturday or Sunday, when you decide to go have some fun, I also do that, right? So yeah, try and make sure that we balance each other. Use email so that I reply you with a happy smile also, right? And then this is what I wanted to talk about, guys. Let me highlight it in red. This is very important. This is very, very, very important, right? I want you to take note. That's why I posted the course outline first. I asked you via online to actually go through the course outline on your own, so that after you've gone through the course line on your own, I can then come and consolidate what you might have understood or what you might have not understood there. Right. So now I want you to take note, and I emphasize on you taking note of these dates. If it needs you to write them on your phone or calendar, do that. Right. Because once you miss a test or you miss a prac, there's gonna be a problem. We are back to normal university operating conditions. So that means you miss a test, you're gonna have to have a valid official reason. You must have a doctor's note, you must have a burial order. If you see a traditional healers of nowadays, they write notes, they are doctors. If you saw as a counseling at school counseling, they also write notes to acknowledge that you missed because you are attending counseling, right? So you're gonna need valid proof in order for me to grant you to write a makeup test. Otherwise, those stories that used to happen or when people come, I missed because yeah, the bus left me or whatsoever, those won't work this time. Rules are gonna be followed according to the guidelines of the book. So if you don't know the rules about how makeup tests or makeup examinations are done, read that guidebook of your faculty. You will see. So I just want to emphasize and keep emphasizing that do not miss a test and do not submit late thinking that I'm gonna be soft on you. This is what is called maintaining the integrity of the degree. Integrity of the degree. Everyone is under a certain board. In engineering, there's EXA. In accounting, there's chartered the SAIC of Chartered Accountants Association. In doctors, there's the MBCH boards. In teaching, everyone has a board. So even your degree, there is a board that comes every 3 years or so to come and check whether the integrity of the degree is still maintained by the university. So that means once if the integrity of the degree is gone, is undermined, these certificates of yours will no longer work outside of South Africa. It will be invalid. Because, for example, EXA grants engineering people to work all over the world, Australia, United States, America, wherever, right? That goes to your boards in teaching. They help you also to go and teach in other countries, Botswana, wherever, Australia, UK, etc. But once we do not maintain that standard, they will take away the certification and then it's useless. So the university, in terms of those rules, the rules must be followed. Keep that in mind. So as much as we want to help you, there are some times where I can see that no, this person is actually in trouble or this. I can try and talk for you from the head of school, question me, why did you grant this person a makeup? Why did you do this? I can always assist also because I was once a student. I understand the pain sometimes. Even now, I understand the pain of adjusting from COVID and from floods to normal standards. It's kind of hard and it's a bit confusing, but keep note of the dates to stay safe. Right? Very, very important. And then I want to talk about the SIG test. There will be one SIG test here. So if you miss test 1 or test 2, you will get a makeup test if you bring a doctor's note or valid official. If you didn't have ESCOM, you will have a timetable scheduled for ESCOM that day in your area. ESCOM did go away. And then we'll check. Right. Don't worry, Spongagonge. This module is gonna be nice. It's not going to be hard. I can see you're worried. No, I just want you to tell you about safety in order for you to pass. But in terms of hardness and what, don't worry, you're gonna be passing. We'll be enjoying together. Don't stress. Just follow the rules and you will be okay together. Right. So another thing for a SIG test, guys, it won't be used to replace that maybe on test 1 you scored 5%. You scored 5%, that's your own, you did it to yourself. You're supposed to study. If you don't understand, consult. and then we can't replace smaller marks with higher marks because you failed on that. No, right? Vuiswa, you want to ask something?
Good morning, sir.
Yes, how are you?
I'm fine. So what is a TP?
Uh, a DP is what is called Julie. It's called Julie performance. You know what that means?
No.
When during this semester work, right? We are supposed to check you whether you are in the right direction or not. So you are supposed to get a certain. Let's go back to that page. Where there is DP, you are supposed to get a certain percentage of the course mark, right? So this is coursework, right? Which is highlighted here, which I'm surrounding in red, right? So in order for you to be allowed to write an exam, you are supposed to get 40% of that coursework there. So if you attend the prac, do the project, do all tutorials, right, and get a mark which is 40% and above, you'll be allowed to write an exam. So a DP requirement, Julie performance, is to check whether you've been doing well, following the lectures, attending, doing all the work that's necessary. You know why they have a DP? They have a DP because of the standard that I was talking about. So, in order to maintain the university integrity and the standard of the degree, people who don't attend lectures and who do not submit work, they are the ones who, when the examination is being written, they will fail automatically because they don't have the other part of the work. If they fail, which means we are not following protocol, we are allowing anyone, every Dick and Tom who decides they want to sleep today, they sleep, and they think they can do what they want with the exam is fine. Of which that's not how the university works. We are trying to train you to go and train children to be responsible out there. So if you are not going to be responsible for your own studies, how can we trust you with children in the outside? So DP is about maintaining the varsity integrity, degree integrity, checking up on you, making sure you are responsible, you are working along the lines, right? But
Okay,
however,
thank you, sir.
to get 40%, there is what is called appealing. The guys in SRC, they know how to deal with this. They help students mostly. You can ask those guys, they'll help you very much. All right. Okay, let's try and go on to where we were. Yeah, we're discussing sick test and we're done. And then the last thing I wanted to talk about, this thing right here, guys. This thing here called late submissions. All those COVID-19 excuses will not work this time. You know, people who, during COVID-19, they the tendency to claim that they have no ESCOM, they have no what. Those things won't work this time because it's 50% online, 50% offline. By law from the varsity, you are supposed to be on campus where there's Wi-Fi, everything for you. So if you are to come and say where I'm staying, I don't have network or my network coverage is not okay, you're putting yourself in trouble because COVID-19 restrictions have been cut off and the university said 50 online, 50 at home. So you find out that at your wherever you are staying, your network is a problem. You have to adjust. You have to move to a place where there is network. I understand. So on that one, those excuses of last semester, they won't cut it this semester. So be careful on such things. That's why I decided that I must warn people so that when these things happen, I remember last semester I was teaching this course EDESE 212. There were some guys who relaxed, who came in the middle. Imagine someone doesn't attend or doesn't submit anything until the first half of the semester is over. Now that they see that now we're on the second part of the semester, they are starting to panic, sending emails. Minera, yeah, this has been happening. I will not help you when it comes to that. I will simply forward you to the dean there. The dean will now tell you and explain to you how these things are done. Because it's difficult for me when the semester is about the entire semester is about to be over to come and assess you. How will I assess you? So be careful, do your work in time. Hence, I gave you the course outline with all the dates in advance. I will keep reminding you as we're going on. Next week, we're going to be submitting this. in 2 weeks we're writing a test so that people are up to standard, right? So be careful of silly excuses. And there's this excuse that, for example, let's say you're a group of 4, obviously there's going to be a group leader there, right? There's this excuse that they say the group leader, we gave the group leader awake, and then the group leader, wherever he stays, the electricity went. That excuse, it's a silly excuse, to be honest. Because right now, if the dean or anybody dies in the university, that means you won't learn the other modules or you don't continue. The university continues. If the manager of ShopRite decides that today he's sick, he's sleeping, that doesn't mean you won't be able to buy bread or beans at ShopRite. There will be someone else representing him that day. So which means if you're in a group of 4 people, you are all responsible for submitting that work. If your group leader hasn't submitted when it's 5 minutes due, you have to call them. In fact, my bro, are you still gonna submit or not? Because you're creating a problem for all of us, right? So that then you submit. Because now if he doesn't submit, then you come to me and you say, it's Tamsanga's fault. That doesn't work, my friend. Right now, I'm telling you, if Greyhound's drivers strike, one of them gets sick, not strike, the other driver is called in to drive the bus to Joburg. The bus will still go because the passengers have paid. Right? So be careful of such excuses. They won't cut it. And I'm gonna post this lecture, which we are discussing the rules, which we are discussing about all these lateness things. I'm gonna post it out there so that no one in the middle of the semester will say, but Miner, you never explained how the course outline is for us. You never told us how the rules work. So it's gonna be there so that whenever you feel like you want to download, you download. And it's gonna be there to hear that voice. So once asked the question that what is DP as evidence that the people were there when Minera was talking, so that no one will say, hi, Minera is a problem and Minera doesn't explain things. The proof is gonna be there online, you see. Anyways, guys, that's me just being me, just trying to warn you about the responsibility. But otherwise, let's enjoy this. I'm done with the course outline. I want to begin our first lecture now. Do you have any questions before I move on to our first lecture? Any questions, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yeah, you can ask, my brother.
So if I heard you correctly, you said all the tests would be contact.
No. There will be one test which we're gonna write online, and then one test which we're gonna do on campus. But the exam is a sit down on campus. I think I'm deciding now. I think I'm gonna make life easy. Test 1 is gonna be multiple choice. I'm gonna try and make it multiple choice, be easy, so that it's people write it online, they get marked immediately. It's nice, you see, when you write something and then you get your feedback immediately, right? So test 1 is gonna be online, right? And then the second test, we're gonna be sitting down and I'll be walking around, checking how things are going, etc. Any other questions, guys? No, feel free, guys. In this course, you feel free to stop me and say, Minera, you are going too fast. Minera, we don't understand there. It's not about me coming here and saying, habara, 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 speaking Chinese to you. No. It's supposed to be a two-way street. We talk, we engage, we learn, we enjoy, we pass. There are double periods. All the lectures are double periods except on Wednesday. On Wednesday, it was the longest one, but I reduced it because of the Prague. I saw no use in me holding you in class for all that long time when I know that the Prague is going to take 2 hours. Hence, Wednesdays only is the longest, which starts from 2 to 20 past 4. But otherwise, every lecture of ours, Monday, it's a double lecture. It's from 11:20 to 12:55. Tuesday is going to be one period from 9:40 to 10:25. Wednesday, that's when it's the longest, from 14:00 to 16:20. Thursday is another double from 12:10 to 13:45. Right. So I hope I have answered that one about the lecture times. Any other question, guys? I think the comrades are okay now. All right. So let's stop sharing this one and let's get cranky. Let's get cranky. Let's get cranky. Let's get cranky. Right. Why is it refusing? Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Right. Right. Document. Let's look for it. Don't want the purple. Safety environment. Hold on, guys. I want to open my my lecture slides for today. All right. Here we go. All right. All right, guys. I hope this time it opens. I found the document. Here we go. Right, guys. So this is my name for all those who don't know me. So this is my name, guys. I'll say it again. So this is my name. My name is Nathaniel Sibanda. Right, and I'm a PhD student. Actually, I finished waiting for results. PhD candidate in Inch. All right, that's me. And then this is my email address, which I would very much love all of you to use when you're trying to contact me. So that's me. And welcome again to EDSE, Electronics and Electricity. All right. So week one, topic one, guys. We're gonna start easy. We're gonna start easy before we hammer people, we're gonna start easy, talk about safety in the technology classroom or in the workshop. You know, safety is a major concern in the workshops. So, guys, you must take this in this way. You guys are going to be teachers. You're going to go out there, be facilitators. You need to know how to control your crowds. You need to know the safety procedures of your labs out there as a facilitator when you're going. So you must master the technique of a safe working environment, safety in the technology, right? So this is what we're starting by. So how many unsafe practices can you identify? You see, I told you that we're going to be talking here, guys. So for example, guys, anybody can talk. What exactly unsafe procedure can you see here on the picture? Anybody? Andy Swachali, Amiso. Anybody, guys. Let's go. What unsafe thing can you see there on the picture? No Zipo. Just speak. Just shut out Fiso.
Shoelaces are not tied on this man. Second from the right.
Yes. Even the other one, the left extreme guy who's sitting on, on a briefcase, you can see that's a dangerous maneuver there. These shoelaces are also not tied. Anything else, guys? What do you see?
The PPE, say, like they're not wearing the full PPE.
Yes. For those who don't understand what full PPE is, guys, when we're talking about full PPE, we're talking about safety boots, helmets, etc. What do you call that thing? What do you call that thing?
Overalls.
Exactly. Now you're talking, my guy. An overall. Right. So what other unsafe thing do you see, guys?
The workplace is untied.
Untidy planks. Look, there's a hacksaw there. Look at this. And this guy is holding a drill bit just like that. Look at this shirt. It's untucked in. Look at this guy with the belly. He's also tucking. Look at the bottle. It's about to spill here. Shoelaces, all these. Look at where they are put. So you see, there's a lot. Look at this guy. This is the biggest
hammer.
risk taker.
Even the papers are outside.
Yeah, see, look at this. It's all nonsense, actually. Right. So these are the things that you're gonna meet with your children when you're out in the schools. They're gonna be behaving like this, some of them. So you need to to be careful about how you maneuver there. Right. So let's go on to the next one there. So you see, look at this guy also. See that even this spanner here, this big spanner is angry right here. It shows that he's misplaced it. Look at the tools all over the floor. This is an unsafe workshop. You see that? He's putting tools in his pockets. That's a very, very, very unsafe way of doing things. Right. So these are the things that you're gonna encounter as you're going out there, guys, that you will need to take care of as you go on. Right. Next, we're gonna go with it. What is OHS? Right. This is one of the most things that you should know, guys. The Occupational Health and Safety Act. Now, this is where you start to read notes, memorize, cram, whatever you do. I don't know, some they cram, some they memorize, it's up to you. Some they read and know. You must know this, the 85 of 1993 was of persons at work and for the health and safety of persons in connection with the use of plant and machinery, right? The protection of persons other than persons that work against hazards. So which means you're not only protecting yourself in the workshop alone, or you and your kids alone, you're also protecting the bystanders, the people on the outside which are walking by. You're also protecting everything, even the environment, right? So that was the OHS. This is what the OHS was meant for. The Occupational Health and Safety Act of 1993, which is number 85, was designed to protect both the people at work and the people outside in the environment, right? Now, from there, there's responsibilities in the workshop. So we need to generate responsibilities in order to act safely, right? In order to behave in a respectful and orderly manner. You see, there are some guys who are not respectful. You find out that we are doing a prank or we're doing something. There's always that John who wants to blow a gas in the face of Sandy. You see, there's always that Anele who wants to spill oil so that Mr. Sibanda comes and falls. You see, there's always that that guy who does something else. I'm saying people texting me, I'm wondering what the problem is. Let me check. Say, can you please record the class so that we will be able to revisit? That's the problem. If I start posting my recorded video lectures, that means I'm giving you a green flag not to attend. You understand? But anyway, we will try and see whether we will do that. So the other thing, you need to be prepared to accept, respect, and protect the culture and religious convictions of others. So I hope you guys, you understand also this thing that is at the back of your student card, that you must respect the cultures and religious things of other people. So whether we're in a workshop or whether in a way, you must be respectful of that. Those are some of the responsibilities in the workshop, right? There are specific responsibilities. The specific responsibilities, one is to listen carefully to information and instructions, is to apply all NOSA and other safety standards which have been introduced, right? Is to behave in a safe manner towards staff and fellow learners. There is no playing in the workshop, guys. The workshop is dangerous. Some of the products we're gonna do, we're going to work with others when instructed without distraction. You need to care for and treat all school and fellow learners with respect. Right. There is a hand raised. Somebody wants to speak. So, and then we have what is called an effective housekeeping program. which includes dust and dirt removal. I think you guys know all these things, right? You know all these things, I'm sure. Learner facilities, surfaces and floors, you don't know how to clean. Yeah. At home, you take care of the plates and cups. When you are done eating, you don't just leave knives all over. You wash and place them in the cupboard nicely. If they spillage on the floor, you mop it out, right? Some of those things, if there's dirt, you sweep. It's that. See, surfaces, we mean floors. They kept dry, they're polished. Light fixtures, lights must be bright. People must be able to see. Spill control, there must be no spillages. Tools and equipment must be cleaned and returned to where they are. Maintenance, if you find a tool or something which is about to get damaged or so, you have to maintain it like a car. No, Minera, this tool we're using is giving us a problem. We take it to the lab tech. Lab tech, can you please maintain this tool, fix it? There is also what is called an effective housekeeping program. It's still the same, which includes waste disposal. You see, there are things that you can't just dispose like that in a bin. There are things which need to be packed in specific bags, right? There are things which need to be stored in a certain way, right? So housekeeping is safekeeping at work. So when we're talking about safety in the workshop, guys, we're not just talking about cleanliness. No, we're talking about the method that you're using to keep your workshop clean. You see, it's not all about being clean, but the method or the strategy that you're also using to maintain that, right? The discipline, the behavior that you are instilling yourself. So hence as a facilitator, you need to have that discipline that you're going to instill on your learners out there. Teach them how to keep things clean, right? You must also know how to give your learners a workshop layout. Like what I'm gonna do when we're doing the prac, I'm gonna come there and then I'm gonna be around, walking around with you, telling you, no, guys, this is this and this is that. If I'm not there, the lab tech will take you through and show you what's happening here and there, right? Because everybody deserves to know the workshop layout. Otherwise, you'll get hurt. You'll suddenly go to the site where there is a high voltage, where it will now interfere with your brain or whatsoever, things like that, or where you get electrocuted, right? But yeah, we need a workshop layout, right? Also, guys, workshops should be inviting places. You know, you don't want to, you don't want to when you are studying, you're like, Mr. Sivanta is coming today, the lecture is boring, I want to sleep. No, no, no. The workshop must be like that. You must want to go there. You must want, it must be interesting to you. That, no, this module is boring, this practice is boring. No, it shouldn't be like that. You must be happy to go to your workshop. It's your place of work, right? We've talked about clean places, open spaces, interesting places. We've talked about that. Workshop management. Now, that's what I mentioned in detail when I was saying that it's not all about the cleanliness or what. It's all also about the management, your strategies, right? Management of a class group in a workshop is very important because the individuals in a class group need to be directed to know their boundaries. You know, you're gonna be teaching these kids nowadays, the younger ones. You have seen on TV how some of them behave, or even in movies or in Gomorrah or ETC. Some of them they just don't know their boundaries. They are all over. All learners need to know the spaces they are allowed to enter and those that they are prohibited. Right. So in managing a group, a teacher must always give a class clear direction, which allows control over the group. So, guys, as I'm talking here right now, I'm sure there's somebody there who's just saying, this is easy, this is just theory. No. After I'm done, you're gonna need to go back and read these notes. Because when the test comes, you're gonna need to explain, come up with points which are exactly in here on these notes. So if you take it lightly and say it's easy, I'm gonna redo it, we will see. So workshop management. You need to give clear direction which allows control over the group. So, for example, there must be a routine. You see, a routine, you know what a routine is, guys. A routine is a way of doing things that you're seeing all over again. Routine is, we have our pracs on Wednesdays. They start from 2 to 20 past 4. We're going to go in groups. Not everyone is going to go and rampage each other there. No, we're going to split ourselves in groups so that we fit nicely in there. Right? We're going to have to be clean and tidy. You know, for example, that we don't want loose clothing. We want them to tuck in your shirt. We don't want any loose ties there. We don't want any loose hair. You have to tie a ponytail. Make sure your hair is tied properly. Make sure you're wearing properly closed shoes. But don't come with open sandals in a workshop. You have to wear a closed shoe. Either you wear a techie or you wear a closed shoe, but no open shoe in a workshop. Things like that. There must be air ventilation, light, you must be seen. There must be posters which are clear cut in terms of directions. Right. These are the things that are very important that we need in a workshop management. So workshop safety. Now we're talking about unsafe acts in the workshop. What is an unsafe act, Val? If we may ask anyone, an unsafe act is any activity that is conducted in a manner that may threaten the health or safety of works. Ukudlala in a lab, akuvumelekile. That means playing in a lab is not allowed. For example, when a person carelessly drops a banana skin on the floor, that's a dangerous move. We all know it. We have seen it in action. We know the actions and the consequences of a banana on the floor. It will somehow lead to some of us without to be having the front teeth. Imagine at this age without front teeth. So these kinds of acts should be avoided, guys. This act could easily even cause an unsuspecting passerby, somebody who doesn't even know about the lab, and injury. Right. So these unsafe acts are not allowed. For example, horseplay, running in the workshop, throwing things. We know there are the James who like playing an aeroplane. What is it called? A kite. What is it? That thing, the flying paper. You're busy here experimenting with something, is flying a kite and it hits you in the eyes. You don't see, you're spilling. It's all over now. See, purposely leaving a workplace untidy or cluttered with tools and junk. Those are things which are not allowed, guys. Right. Those are unsafe acts in a workshop. Right. So there's also what is called unsafe conditions. So you must be able to differentiate your routine, your strategy, your bookkeeping, your unsafe acts, and unsafe conditions. Conditions are different from acts. Right. An unsafe condition now is a condition in which the workplace is a condition in which in the workplace that is likely to cause damage or property or injury. The banana skin lying on the floor is an unsafe condition which is likely to cause an injury. Right. The other unsafe conditions is for me to just take you and say, enter the lab, do what you want to do without guidance. Those are unsafe conditions. The facilitator doesn't take us through the prac. It doesn't explain what's going on. He's just pushing us like a head of Kekli into the field and say, go crazy. You see, that won't be okay. You realize that. So, unsafe. Now, let's go on again to the other thing. Workshop safety, examples of unsafe conditions, faulty tools or equipment. Guys, you know bad. It's like trying to use a broken knife. We all know bad. It will end badly. You see, that tool. You will get hurt. You can't use a faulty tool. Poor or missing guards on the machinery. You can't operate a machinery which is loose or has something funny. Congestion in the workshop. You can't be overcrowded in the workshop. Right? We've been talking about that, and even COVID has made us aware of how overcrowding does to us. Excessive noise that causes distraction. You know that. Poor ventilation, some people will faint. You know that. Lack of knowledge of emergency procedures. You must know emergency procedures, know the exit doors for emergency, know all exits in terms of that. Right. So spot the hazard. Every workplace is hazards. Your school classroom is no different. Can you spot the hazards here? Some being buffet. Any hazards here? Anybody who can tell me what they see as a hazard? Guys.
Minyera.
What are the hazards that you're seeing? One is said running. This guy
Running while
holding a
carrying the
ladder.
ladder, say.
The one carrying the ladder.
Very
There's
dangerous.
something like
man.
oil in the work.
Eh,
Of which
Yeah,
is-
as you can see, it's hit the other guy's head.
Yes, he's banging this head. And
A
then
person
what
smoking in a no smoking area.
exactly, there's another guy smoking there. You see, some of us don't smoke. Now you are killing our lungs. Passive smoking. Or maybe you're smoking near an oil or a tank of gas. You're now we are all dead. Right.
The guy carrying a glass there is walking towards a banana.
Yeah, I can see he's walking towards a banana skin which is on the floor. Yeah. So you
And
see, these are all the
Gas on
kinds
the
of
floor.
what's on the
Gas
floor.
on the floor.
That one,
Gas.
gasoline. Yes.
Gas. Yes, gas something.
Yeah. And look at that guy. What do you
Yeah,
think
it's
that guy?
village, yeah.
You see that guy who they are playing. The other one is pushing the trolley with boxes. He's on top. You see, that's another dangerous thing. Playing in the in the workshop, which is not allowed.
And
So-
there's something like behind that guy. You walk very troll up. There's this thing in a move as I'm approaching towards them.
Grinding here. He's grinding, but he put his goggles on his forehead. They are not on his eyes, but he's grinding. And that grinding, grinding causes sparks. And then those sparks are flying in his eyes. On top, there are loose pipes there, which are hanging by a chain.
Yes,
which is,
5.
see that?
And someone just bought a pet in the workshop. How is that safe?
You see now, all these are the hazards which we don't want. Look at this Minera here. What is he doing there on top?
That one is playing too much.
Zolemala.
That we don't want.
That one's going to die totally.
Now, so what is a hazard, guys? These are the definitions that you need to know by heart so that when theory of chess comes, I give you a picture, I say sport, name the hazards that you see, you name the hazards, and then I say define what is a hazard. You should be able to define what a hazard is. Name any unsafety conditions. You should be able to tell me what unsafe conditions there are. I need you to tell me, can you tell me any unsafe acts that you're seeing? I need you to differentiate and explain that. All right. So what is the hazard? Anything that can cause harm. That is a hazard, right? Some hazards are easy to see, but some hazards are not easy to see. For example, you can't see stress. You won't tell that Isibanda today is stressed. You're just like, maybe Minera, how he's okay. Can't you know Minera is a problem? He's very stressed, and then eventually he guides you in the wrong direction. Noise is a distraction. We tend to think that we can study with noise. I can hear some people lying to themselves. You know me, I can study with the loud banging noise. Yeah, me, I can study drunk. Me, I can study with the smoking marijuana. That's a lie. That's a distraction. Your brain is not fully focused. Radiation in the lab, you won't see radiation, but it will affect you and eventually kill you. Right? Those are some of the things that you should remember when talking about hazards. Some hazards you cannot see. Right? And then types of hazards, guys. There is biological, which is bacteria or viruses, of which we know one virus which has been spreading like no one's business in the past 2 or 3 years. Right. Someone raised a hand. I don't know who it is, and maybe if they talk, I don't know if they want to say. Somebody raised a hand. Is there someone who wants to talk here? I saw a hand raised.
Yes, I'm concerned about Ntokozo. His hand has been raised all the time. You haven't pointed at him.
Yes, Ntokozo, you can speak. Because I can see that there is a hand which is popping up on my screen. What do you need, my guy?
I say I need the clarity there.
Yes,
Like
yes.
during the exam, will you need us to respond exactly the way things are written on the notes, or we can generalize and write on our own understanding?
No, my guy. You know how it's that? It's called transformative learning. You know what that means? I'm only giving you the tools which will make you a greater person out there. So when you answer, if you answer in a better way than mine, that's wonderful. So you answer in a way which you understand. If it's reasonably within the range of what we want, you are okay. I don't want you to have a photographic memory and replicate me word for word. No, I want you to be a transformative learner. I want you to be somebody who I put in a different environment. I put you in Mawaba High School. You'll be able to manage those school kids nicely with all the information that we have learned here. Right.
Oh, that's good, sir.
Any other questions, guys?
Textbook.
All right. So to continue, textbook, don't worry about the textbook, my guy. Keep to what we're doing here. You will be fine. If you are going to a textbook, you are going the wrong way. We're going to supplement all our information with online sources. So if there's supplementary information that I want you to know, I'll give you the online links to go and download and read those. But so far, stick to what we're doing, you will be fine. When it's time for notes, I'll ask Sibonga, that guy from the department, to print some stuff for us so that you guys may collect there. But for now, don't worry. You're in the right direction. So to continue now, we talked about biohazards. Now there's what is called chemical hazards. Physical, chemical, and toxic properties of a chemical. Example, fire, and explosion, splashes, sprays from chemical products. Right. There's also economic, isn't this? Economic, right, hazards. These are coming in the form of noise, harmful dust, unsuitable lighting, which makes us not see, vibration, sources of radiation, too much heat or it's too cold in the lab, injury through poor design of tasks or machinery, right? Types of hazards. Right. There's physical hazards, which entail manual handling, slipping, tripping, falling, getting caught or cut by machinery. See, this thing of not tucking in your hair when using machinery, or letting your hair loose, or coming with bangles which are too loose. You must make sure that they are tightly fit. They are not playing all over around. Right. All these things are part of what physical types of hazards. Right. And then there's human, the ones that we're talking about. There's stress. Everyone gets stressed at a certain point in life. Stress doesn't mean that you have too much problems. You can come today not having a good day. Maybe something happened, you're feeling low. That's some form of stress. That's some form of distraction. Bullying. No one likes to be bullied here. And bullying is another type of hazard which we experience every day. Even in adulthood, there are still bullies. Violence, right? Vulnerable people such as new or inexperienced workers. Those people who are new or inexperienced, they need a chaperone to actually that's why when you go to shops or wherever you see it's written in trainee or in training, to show that they are telling you this is a hazard, my guy. You'll be expecting coffee, it might end up on top of you, that coffee. You see, this person is a hazard, he's in training. That's identification, like human type of hazards, right? Now, hazards in technology classrooms, sleeping, falling, tripping, manual handling, cutting tools, electricity, especially electricity. Please do not get electrocuted. Somebody raised the hand again, you may speak.
It's your hand, say. No one has his hand raised. It's your hand.
Imagine. I wonder why my hand is up.
I'm also worried and
I'm
confused.
I'm the host and my hand is up. Interesting. So, like dust and fumes, etc. What are the safety requirements? One, safe working conditions, guys. Heating. There must be what is it called? Normal room temperature in a lab. There must be, sorry guys, can I take this call?
Ntuthu,
What?
mnganami mayingeke mfana kamba kanjani?
Hey, babizo kamba kahle lapho.
Right
Seniqalile yini manje? Yini?
Awu kahle uMinero
Hayi
usaphumile
hayi
yini
hayi
inkinga?
hayi nikahle.
Great my friend, come on now
Hayi
yini manje?
nikahle yabo, nikahle.
Siphathe kahle bhuti.
Right, I'm back. We can continue now. So we're talking about safe working conditions, that there should be normal room temperature. The lighting must be proper. Air quality inside, it must be ayoba. Ventilation must be good. As you know, this is one of the COVID-19's most important rules. Ventilation, noise. We know we now carry ourselves as adults now. We're in university. No one needs to say you're making noise. You already know on your own that no, it's time to behave. Electromagnetic radiation, things like that. Safe working practices. Now, take note. Safe working conditions. These are the conditions. Now, working practices, right? Correct use of protective equipment, right? Somebody said use of proper PPE, right? So that's correct use of personal protective equipment and use of safety checklists before using machinery, right? For example, you must wear goggles, you must wear rubber gloves, right? You must wear overalls, you must wear lab coats, you must wear safe shoes, you must tie your shoes, things like that. Those are safe practices, not conditions, right? All equipment and machinery must be durable and safe for school use. That lies for the lab tech. You must make sure wherever school you are teaching, you go in front, talk to that lab tech, and make sure that his equipment that you are going to facilitate for your learners is properly maintained. Right? Use the proper tool for the task. Do not try to use something for something which doesn't fit there. No student use any equipment until its correct use has been demonstrated to them. Those are one of the things that you should know as you are going out there, guys, as a facilitator. That these kids of nowadays, they are so easily hurt. You as a facilitator, you are supposed to go up there, demonstrate first the safety procedure and etc. before you give these minors of ours responsibility of those machines or equipment. Some basics of safety rules. Electricity, we all know this. Never bend or remove the third prong from a cord. I don't know why, but somehow kids and some adults, we like to do that. We bend or remove one wire. Never bend or remove the third prong from a cord instead. Instead, use an adapter with 3 holes. You see it on the side and 2 prongs on the other side. The third prong on the 3-wire cord is a ground for electricity. And for those who don't know what ground is for when there's leakage current or leakage electricity. It's conducted into the ground instead of shocking you. Right? Instead of you getting an electric shock, that electric shock is transferred to the ground. That's the use of an earth wire. That's why you see building or houses, they have a small wire coming out somewhere on the roof of building. That wire there is meant when lightning comes, it conducts that electricity from the lightning straight to the ground. But if it's not properly earthed, the lightning. Right. So a polarized plug, there's one prong wider than the other. Right. Never force this plug into the wall. There's this tendency that we try to force plugs Whether we want to charge a phone or in a hurry to charge a tablet or cell phone, we want to force things. One day it will backfire on you. So be careful about those things. Hot glue guns. There are some people, this one comes especially to what we've been repeating and saying. Those who like playing around, especially. When hot glue, it will leak from the glue gun and then somebody will play around with it. You will burn somebody or you will hurt somebody. You understand? Some of this hot glue, once it's stuck, it's stuck. It's like super glue. Imagine it's hot and then it's super glue. Two bad combinations in one go. What do you think is going to happen? That comrade is going to lose his skin, obviously. How are they going to take it out? Now it would have bent that comrade, and now to take it out, it's too stuck. So which means they have to cut out some meat. So you must be careful about these things. Cutting tools, we all know we have to be careful around cutting tools. Make sure you're using the correct cutting tool. Don't try to use a hacksaw to cut paper or try to use a knife to cut something else. No, use a proper cutting tool for a proper thing, right? Don't take shortcuts, right? And then solvents or glue, we all know about this. There's acid also, there's what you need to be careful. There's acetone, etc. Some things you can't even touch your eyes after, right? You have to wear safety glasses. You have to wear latex gloves when using it because some are acidic, they'll corrode your skin or they'll corrode your clothing, right? You must use in small quantities. Work on a piece of paper to check and be sure of what you are using, right? Heated elements need to be okay. Where those thick, what do you call thick leather gloves, which are heat resistant, right? So that you don't get burned and etc. Pen saw, scroll saw, drill saw, hand tools, all of these, of which now I think from our discussion, everybody has got the hang of this now. You can actually now see what we're talking about when we're talking about this equipment. This we talked about no loose clothing. Nalaba bathanda kuthiwa yiwini bathanda angazi ukuthi nithi yini uciko ngumceko what I don't know chains. Sometimes Zulu escapes me. Suke ngikhohle ukuthi lamagama ngelanguage yesinform fair libiza lithi yini lempahla. Ubucwebe, abathanda ubucwebe, jewelry. Must make sure that this kind of stuff, you don't bring it in a workshop. You'll get stuck and then you'll die. Everything in the classroom is its place. This thing, guys, it's like when you're home. Yes, when you eat, after finishing eating, you take something back, you wash it, replace, put it back in the cupboard. You use a remote, you don't carry it with you to the bed when you're at your home. No, you use it, leave it where it stays so that your little brother or whoever comes in your family can find it where it's supposed to be and they can also use it. Right? So everything in the classroom or workshop has its place. If you take it out, put it back. If you drop it, pick it up. You open it, you close it. The rule is like that. Akjig. Right. Here are some of the questions that you might get in your tutorials, test, or as a bonus in an exam. Explain all the unsafe aspects about its appearance. Azisha, guys. Asambenpe. I'm listening.
The guy is not tucked in his shirt.
Yes. Aisha, are you okay? I haven't heard you speak today.
He doesn't have one shoe on, his shoelace is untied.
Yeah. One shoe is out, shoelace is untied. What else?
The instrument that is holding its the top is pointy so it can injure someone. He's not holding it properly.
Yeah. He's holding it in a bad way. Yes. So, right. Let me use my pen here. Anyways, guys, we've been using a bad tendency. You know, not everyone speaks Zulu. So you must understand that when you speak something in Zulu, you must explain it in English. We must be considerate of others, right? So we're saying that this guy is no shoe here. One, the shoelaces also here, they are not tied. Untucked shirt, pointy, drill bit there. What else is there? Think, guys, think and look.
The guy might injure himself because he's holding the drill too close to his face.
See, here's the other thing. There's no way you can go to a workshop where you work with drill bits and you go with a tie. How on earth will that tie work with a drill bit? See, so that tie is gonna be caught in the drill there, and then you're gonna end up getting hurt, right? So you see, even the corner of his shirt here, look, it's loose material, right? Yes, the other sleeve is unfastened.
He's not
You
wearing
saw it.
gloves.
Yes, no gloves, right? So
No
now,
such
you see,
Google.
they say they're saying explain all the unsafe aspects about its appearance. We've done that. We've mentioned them. Now they say draw a diagram of it, showing how he should look if he wants to work safely in the workshop. Consider what he should be wearing and how he should be carrying equipment and materials. So you see, such kinds of questions are not fair. There are some of us who don't know how to draw. You see, if you ask us to draw, you will laugh. You understand? We'll draw something else, you will see it as something else. You understand? So if you meet such a question where you know that your drawing is poor, you can mention like you were telling me, no, you should be wearing safety shoes. You should be tucked in his shirt, that and that should be like that. You see, you are explaining, you are giving me a visual perspective of what should be there. But if you are that person who's confident about his hand skills of drawing, you can go ahead and draw for us. You see, but you must be careful about some of the questions. There's always not one answer in answering things, right? That's why we were talking about transformative learning. That we might all want to get to Maputo, right? Somebody might take a flight to Maputo, and then somebody might drive all the way from Etequini to Maputo. Someone would decide to go and get in MSC California and go via cruise as a holiday thing, and eventually avoid in Maputo, right? So be careful there, guys.
So can I ask something?
Yes.
Is it okay to use all the methods if you want to use them all, like drawing and explaining at the same time?
Yeah, you see, these questions says if and only if, like in high school nets or whatever, you are forced to do something in that way. But if I didn't say by force when answering a question, you're entitled to draw or write in other ways. So when I'm giving you a question, I'm gonna really specify what I want from you. For example, you see this one is saying draw a diagram. You are supposed to draw a diagram. But if you know you can't draw, that's when you have to say star and B, right? Due to the reasons that some of us are bad drawers, I can't draw. This and this and this is what's gonna happen. Then I understand what happened. You see?
I understand. So.
All right, guys. Let's clear that and then let's move on to the next. See, Sensible Ed, the handyman, is ready to operate the drill. Look look at our Ed here on the right and look at the guy on the left. You see the difference. You can't go with a tie or untucked shirt on a drilling machine. You have to be like this guy. No tie, or you have to fasten your coat so that your tie is not loose and running all over. And look at all these things, guys. You need to watch out. Let's check them. Look at this guy. He's clamping his thing so that when he drills, it doesn't move. Our AD wants to use his hand. Our AD has a tie. Our guy has a waistcoat. His tie is fastened. Our AD is untucked. Our guy is a long coat which ends here, so he's safe. Right. Look at our guy. his feet are all in sync. He's ready for his job. Our 8 is like he's walking. He's not like concentrating properly well there. Right. What else can you see? Our 8 doesn't have goggles. Our guy has goggles on the other side. You see that? So sensible 8, the handyman is ready to operate, and then our wrong 8 who's not ready to operate. Wow, this was a slogan that I found on the internet. There's a guy who put this sign on the lab, who was like, sadly, your mom doesn't work here, so clean up your own mess. So, of the things that you should bring for your kids when you must give this, tell them that, hey, here you have to clean. You're not here to play. Right. I think there are some 2 charts there. Let me see what the guys are all about. There's things about that I really can't draw. You're gonna have to learn, Celo. You're going to be working with minors. They will be opening their big eyes at you, expecting you to draw. So guys, I think our first lecture is done. And what time is it? 12:38. And what time are we supposed to finish at? 12:55. Right. So with that in mind, that we finished our first lecture, I might as well as tell you that the tutorial is already there online, but I had put the tutorial in a way that I was supposed to open it so that it opens on the 2nd of September. Hold on a minute, I want to check something on my laptop because I've been teaching with teaching you guys with my pad, yeah. Then just open, this is 131, topic 1, safety and technology. We're done with that. So the next one is atomic structure and what. So yes, in terms of the spirit of welcoming you to the course, I will not run too much. I will leave it here for today and say, comrades, for today is enough. Busisiwe, you can speak.
Good morning. Good afternoon, sorry. The reason why I asked about the textbooks was because during teaching practice, I noticed that the kids actually did a lot more involved work than what was prescribed on the CAPS document. So
Yes.
I didn't feel like I was prepared enough for teaching practice, especially for grade 9s. So that's
Yeah.
why I'm asking if you can give us like extra resources so that we can work on ourselves and also just try to upskill ourselves, because sometimes you get to the classroom and they're doing things that are much more advanced than what we may have already been taught.
Okay. No, actually, it's a good idea. It's fine. I accept it. So where it's necessary for me to give you extra material, I will. I definitely will offer you that. But for now, on the safety and what, we didn't need much on it. But when we're starting now on mechanics and going on to electricity, electronics and stuff, there will be sources, definitely. I will definitely give you the sources in advance, like I gave you the lecture in advance and I gave you the course outline in advance. I will definitely do that.
All right, thank you very much.
Okay. Any other questions, guys? Okay. So the other thing, guys, tomorrow, I'm not so sure whether I'm gonna make it in the morning because I'm supposed to have a meeting with the other guys there in Edgewood. So I told them that they put the meeting in the lecture time. So I'm not so sure if I'm gonna make it for the morning lecture because it's just a single period there in the morning. So I'm not so sure if I'm gonna make it, but we'll communicate during the day. But then definitely on Wednesday, we're gonna have a lesson in the afternoon where it says prac. Our first prac is not gonna start now this week. Instead of a prac, we're gonna have a lecture on Wednesday and then continue. And then I'm gonna open the tutorial since we've finished this chapter. I'm not gonna change the submission date. I'm gonna say leave the submission date as it is, but I'm gonna open it so that you can look at it now and prepare and have plenty plus time to do it, right? But the submission deadline, I won't change it. I'll keep it as it is, right? Otherwise, have a wonderful day, guys, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your studies today.
Siyabonga.
Thank you very much.
All right, thanks, guys.
It's me. Thank you. I appreciate.
Comrade, on Wednesday, are we coming on campus or not?
On Wednesday, it's gonna be your check online. It's written remote, so it's gonna be online also.
Thank you very much, comrade.
Thank you, sir.
All right, cheers, guys. When it's time to come to campus, I will also remind you that guys we're meeting on campus.
Please don't forget to remind us.
Don't worry.
Bye.
Bye. I'll keep you posted.
Thank you very much, comrade.
Bye. Bye. Bye.